Hi there, Grace Gavin here, and today I want to talk about how to give tough feedback. I know this can be a really difficult piece of our jobs if we're leading or managing people, so I want to give you 4 simple steps to follow that's going to help it become a much more simple conversation for you. Number one, you want to start out with the agreement. If you're not familiar with the agreement, it's one of our 6 practices. It's a simple, proven script. You can find it on our website under the blog section. But what it does is sets out the boundaries and expectations for the conversation that you want to have. Now, if this is the first time that this individual has ever heard the agreement, you want to spend a little bit of time in the definitions to make sure they're really clear on what it means. Meaning, you want them to be honest, they need to know what that means. You want them to be open, they need to know what that means. And then that there's an agreement between the two of you that it's going to go back and forth. Okay? Once you have that in place, we move to number 2, which is context. And this is where you want to give specific examples, not just saying, I feel like you don't treat customers well. But hey, Bob, when you were talking to Sally, the tone that you used was not help first. And that's one of our core values. And this comes into key with the second part of this of the why. Is why you're giving them this tough feedback, because it's not in line with our core values. I'll use help first because that's one of ours. We want to be help first because we believe that that's the best for our community, and it'll come back in ways that we don't even realize for our business. But it's really important for us to be help first individuals. That's what we want to be known by. So when you're talking with Sally that way, that's not living into help first, and it's a problem for us. Okay? Third point here, and this is what I see missed most frequently, is that we get into these tough conversations, and if we're the ones giving the tough feedback, we tend to just ramble because we feel uncomfortable, they feel uncomfortable, and we just keep talking the whole time until we leave and we're like, well, I don't even know how they feel about any of that or where they're at or what they're thinking. So number 3, for that reason, is be open. Said another way, stop talking. Okay, the individual that you're giving this tough feedback to, they're going to have questions, or maybe they'll have excuses, or maybe they'll have an explanation on why that happened. But if you don't give them the space to say those things, they are not going to feel heard by you. They are not going to feel respected. And it guarantees that they're going to take this tough feedback that you're giving them, and they're not going to do much with it. Okay, so this part here, answer whatever questions they have, help them understand more so. Just be open to what they have to say. Again, be open, listening without reservation, putting your needs and wants on pause for someone else. And then the last part of this, it's really important, is next steps. So that looks like setting a next meeting date to make sure that they're making progress on this tough feedback that you're giving them. And then the last part here, clear is kind. If they are on a path to being exited from the organization, they need to know that from this first tough conversation. So they know what's at stake if they don't turn around this behavior or if they don't meet this expectation. Or if it's a tough feedback where you're like, hey, I just want to bat you in line, get you closer to where this organization is going. Whatever it is, clear is kind here. Don't beat around the bush. That is not the best way to give tough feedback. Okay? So quick review, start out with the agreement, have specific context and why it matters, be open, stop talking, and then have really clear next steps between you and them so you walk out of that knowing what happens next out of that meeting. I hope this helps. Thanks so much.